Hello everybody and welcome to Newcastle. We are here on the New South Wales coastline, approximately 2 hours north of Sydney. It's our first time here. We're going to show you the top things to do.
We're up super early this morning. We've got a beautiful sunrise and we are heading down to Bogey Hole for a dip in the ocean pool. Okay, we've made it down to Bogey Hole and it's a bit wild this morning. The waves are coming in, but it's relatively safe. It looks kind of natural and there's some people in here doing lengths, which is quite cool. Seems to drain out one side, so maybe we'll just keep to the middle or to this side. But there's a big chain around the whole thing, so I'm guessing it's pretty safe. Let's get in, eh? Woohoo! All right, we are in. We are in for a sunrise swim. Woo! Well, we just got out of the water and that was so good. It's such a great little spot to swim if you're a local here or if you're passing through. How nice is this? Just this beautiful pool. You can swim in the ocean, but yet be protected from the wild waves out there. They've got this great little platform as well with this little stairway which leads down, and the pool is actually not too deep. So if you're a little bit afraid of the waves and stuff, I think you'll be all right. You can kind of hang out close to the stairs, close to the platform there. And when the waves come in, they don't suck you out as such. They kind of push you back towards the platform, so it feels quite safe in there. It sounds much more wild and looks much more wild than it is. But a beautiful swimming experience to start your day here in Newcastle. Man, if we lived here, I think we'd be here every single day. It's such a cool pool. I think next we should go and grab a coffee.
Coffee time now in Newcastle, and we have come to Convoy Commune in the suburbs. It seems like a really nice little spot. We've just gone for a couple of lattes and abalone toast, and they gave us a baby Oreo. This place seems quite popular. A lot of locals popping in on their walks, their dog walks, grabbing some coffee, and it's really nice. Like, first impressions, I'm really enjoying Newcastle. Let's taste their coffee. Yum.
Coffee's all done, and I think the Newcastle cafe scene is actually much better than I thought. I don't actually know much about Newcastle, to be honest, but the coffee, the avocado was all on point. What do you think, Chess?
Yeah, really nice place, and we're now going to go and explore more of Newcastle. We'll go and check out the coastline, because I think that's what Newcastle's all about, is beaches and coast.
Definitely, let's go.
We are taking a walk on the Anzac Memorial Walkway, and this is connected to the larger coastal walkway. I think it's about 6 k's along the Newcastle coastline. A lot of people out here walking it, hiking it. It seems like a very popular activity for the locals. But this section, the Anzac Memorial Walkway, is actually elevated. So you're right on the cliff edge, and some spots when the bush goes, it's very open and it's just this like very dramatic drop down to the rocks and the ocean. But it has an amazing view up here. You can see the surfers down on the main beach, Merewether Beach, and then it goes all the way up that coastline too. And of course, we also have a view of Newcastle City. A local just told us that a few days ago, the beaches were evacuated because there was a shark here in the water. So now we're just shark spotting. And there's a lot of surfers out there, they're brave. But I think when we go in the water, we'll stick to the baths. Seems to have all of the names on here. I guess maybe people that were from Newcastle that were part of Anzac. But it's a really, really nice walkway, and I love how scenic it is as well. And some of the drops, a little bit scary.
Seems to be the highest point in the city up here on this walkway. It's like we're right at the top of this hill and we can see the city. There's the river and the big port. Yeah, there's some big like ships over there which is carrying freight in and out of Newcastle. But yeah, this is more in a residential zone, and then I think if we keep going that way along the path, we'd probably end up in the city.
We've come to King Edward's Lookout now, and it looks like we have a fabulous view of the coastline. And down there is actually Bogey Hole swimming hole, like a natural swimming pool. But this lookout is absolutely amazing. We can see over there is the Newcastle Baths, and down there actually, that must be past Newcastle all down to the New South Wales coastline.
So the King Edward Park lookout, it joins onto the 6-kilometre coastal walkway that Charlotte was talking about before. And it goes right down here to Bogey Hole. And King Edward Park is another great spot to see a sort of a view of the whole place. You can see the beach, I think that's Newcastle Beach, as well as Newcastle Baths. And it's a huge park as well, so you can literally just go for a wander, maybe get a picnic, or there's a flower garden you can go and check out. It's really quite sweet. And the sun is coming out, so we have some very, very nice weather to capture all of Newcastle for you. So let's go to the next spot.
There are so many places to swim here in Newcastle and so many ocean baths. This one looks more like a little beach area, I guess, where the sands all come in, but it's right next to the beach here in Newcastle. And I just love them. Being from the UK, we have a lot of ocean baths over there. It's such like a popular thing in Victorian England, and they've brought it over to here, and I just think they're so great. We're based in Gold Coast, and there isn't really any ocean baths there. But New South Wales, they do like the ocean baths, and I'm all for it.
Getting around Newcastle is pretty easy. There seems to be a lot of free parking around the city. So places like this, down at the ocean baths, we've got 4-hour free parking. And then along the coastal walkway, there's lots of spots you can park for hours and hours as well. And even down at Nobbys Beach, it seems like there is a free car park at the river mouth opening up to the rest of the port area. So lots of spots for you to park if you're driving around, and it's a very, very easy city to get around.
Wednesday's closed all day for cleaning, but that's okay because there's more ocean baths in Newcastle, and I think the Merewether ones are open today, and I think I read they are cleaned on Thursdays, and when they have a clean day it's completely drained, so they're closed the whole day. But that's okay because we have another option for swimming.
We're just being nosy at the Newcastle Ocean Baths, and there's people in there with metal detectors looking for goodies. Maybe people have dropped rings or jewellery or money even. But yeah, there's some people searching under the sand looking for some goodies. And I guess it's being cleaned as well. It's
massive. You could come here and do some laps. If I lived here, I'd be down at these places all the time. Come on, Gold Coast, let's make a bath. We are exploring Newcastle with East Coast Car Rentals, and we are so excited to let you know that we have teamed up with them to offer you 10% off your next car hire here in Australia. We'll leave the link in the description below. We have come to Nobbys Beach. It seems like they have surf schools here. They've got volleyball, is that what it's called when you're on the sand? Loads of like school groups and people just out and about doing their water activities. And there is a popular thing to do here, and that is to walk to Nobbys Beach Lighthouse, which is this way, so we're going to take a little walk along the walking path towards it.
Seems like down on the other side of Nobbys Beach is a pretty popular little dog beach. A lot of people down here, doggies off lead, running around, cooling off in the water, but it's a beautiful summer's day here in Newcastle. The sun is coming out, and I think it's only going to get hotter.
And I left my sunnies, forgot to pack my sunnies on this trip, so I think I'm going to have to go to shops because I can't open my eyeballs, it's so bright. I didn't actually know that Newcastle has such a big port until we saw it when we were exploring earlier, and it's the largest port on the east coast of Australia. So now you know, with 2,200 trade vessels visiting each year, and Newcastle Harbour was established in 1799 as the first commercial export port in Australia. Did you know that 80% of pilot transfers at Newcastle are carried out using helicopters? Wow. Very bougie way to get to work, isn't it? Wow.
I've been walking for probably 5 to 10 minutes now, and we're nearly there. We're coming past this weather station, but the lighthouse is actually around the corner. So if you're at the car park, you think that you're heading for the lighthouse, and you're looking up at the weather station. That's not the one. Keep going around the corner, And we're just going along the Hunter River. We're nearly coming to the opening now. And the Hunter River is what services the port here in Newcastle. Big opening, and is that the lighthouse down there?
Oh, that's quite far away actually. Oh no, straight ahead, yeah. Oh, it's very little.
Is that it?
I'm not sure.
The break wall, there's like a break wall to protect the river mouth. I guess that's to help ships get in and out. It extends quite a way out.
We think that's the lighthouse up there, not down there. Very confusing. It's not an obvious lighthouse, but I think it's up by the weather station. So this seems to like walk out to the, just on the breakwater wall. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty okay.
Nice beach as well.
Nice beach, and there's a nice cool breeze here. But we're gonna head back into Newcastle town itself and have a little perusal for lunch. We think we just spotted some dolphins as we were walking back down, just coming up the river. Hopefully we can find them again. For lunch here in Newcastle, we have come to a place called Momo's. Now, this place used to be a bank and now it is a cafe. They said that they've been here for about 10 years. Everything on the menu, I think, was even vegan, if not vegetarian, but it looked delicious. The whole menu, I could have had everything, but we decided to go with a special kimchi fried rice. We're going to share that, and we have a chocolate peanut butter smoothie. Wow, that's delicious.
Oh, that's really good. Peanutty, chocolatey, delish.
Decided to get a little dessert here. Actually, Corey surprised me with a little dessert. This is a date stuffed with cashew butter and then covered in chocolate, and then is it pistachios? It looks like pistachios on top, but I was eyeing this up in the cabinet earlier and I thought I would choose that if I was going to choose one. We are now taking a little walk around one of the main shopping streets and cafe streets. It's Darby Street, and we've driven through here a few times and we were like, okay, we have to just stop and take a little walk around because it seems so nice. So many like boutique stores and really nice looking cafes.
Restaurants?
Yeah, lots of restaurants. So I feel like this would be a place where you could come and find some really nice food. I guess it's quite popular here on the weekends with locals, I'm guessing, for some shopping.
Day and night, this place is very popular.
Yeah, so we're just going to take a little nosy, really, and have a little window shopping.
Well, you're actually looking for something.
I'm looking for sunnies still because it's getting very bright. And as I said, I forgot my sunnies. They're up in Gold Coast. Well, I've been looking forward to this all day. We are at the famous Merewether ocean baths. These are the largest ocean baths in the Southern Hemisphere. They were built in Newcastle around the 1930s. They're super popular and I can't wait to go in for a swim. This one seems quite shallow and then this one seems like the proper lap pools, but I did read online that as of next week, they're going to close it for about a week to drain all the sand. So over time, all the sand comes in with the waves and the wind. So it's probably a bit deeper than that usually. Woo, this is amazing. That looks a bit gross to be fair. Maybe we'll go on a different end. I guess.
Maybe that's just everyone's sunscreen and body lotions.
It's all body lotions and seaweed and bits and bobs over I don't know, days, weeks.
So refreshing though. It's so warm. We really thought we were going to have some bad weather today, and it's turned out to be an absolute stunner. Look at this. How good. And we're in this beautiful, oh my goodness, a massive pool, and everyone's out here enjoying it. Lovely. Right, we're gonna go to the edge of the pool now and go and take a look at these crashing waves. Bogey Hole, we noticed, gets some of the waves into the pool, so that's a little bit more wild if that's what you're looking for. But the Merewether ocean pools is a bit more protected, which is lovely for a swim. But the coastline is pretty rugged along here, and it makes for some dramatic crashing waves.
We're just drying off from our swim, going for a little walk along the front. Next to the ocean baths is the Merewether Surf Club, and it actually looks great because they have these huge glass windows with seats overlooking this view. So that is definitely something I recommend just for the view. And we can see there's actually lots of little rock pools around here too. A lot of kids are playing in them. And it's an absolutely huge stretch of beach, and Merewether is quite a big beach. You've got a lot of surfers out there too. Seems very busy right now.
I had no idea that Newcastle was such a great surfing destination. It may be just this time of year, but the swell that I've seen in the last couple of days since we've been here has just been pretty good, and it seems that the surfers are just loving it out there. We keep seeing people sprinting across the beach or sprinting down the street, surfboard in hand, trying to get to the ocean, and it's just beautiful. And the beach down here, there seems to be quite a few little different waves. Yeah, very popular, very busy, and a great place to come if you're into surfing.
We have come back to Darby Street for dinner, and we've come to a place called Lost Souls. We walked past this earlier and we looked at the menu, and they had smashed chats, some kind of potato dish that Corey was keen on. And then when I had a little look later on, they had big cobs on the menu, and they have one with a jungle curry inside. So I thought that sounds interesting. So this is our dinner spot for the night in Newcastle. Corey's having a wine and also playing a game here. OMG, this looks delicious, and I am absolutely starving from a massive day exploring Newcastle, so let's dig in.
That jungle curry slapped, and those chats were delicious as well. Okay, all finished dinner. We've decided to go for a digestive walk along the foreshore. This is a beautiful way to end the day. Just got the sun setting in the distance, and we're walking down here as boats sail up and down the Hunter River. Beautiful. Let's go and see what we can find along this foreshore walk.
We have a large boat going out of the river, the harbour.
Yeah.
It's got a tugboat. We're just being nuts about it.
Newcastle, I reckon you're all right. I've had a really good time here, and I don't know, I haven't found something that I really don't like about the place. I love that it's like really easy parking. There's a lot of free parking all over. The city's very close, and like it feels very residential as well. That's what I really like about it. It's like all the houses are kind of like in the midst of the city. We've got beautiful beaches, sea pools. Charlotte said earlier that it feels very like Victorian, or like...
No, I was saying that it feels Aussie, but also feels like UK, because it's got a lot of the kind of like the buildings and along the coastline, all the ocean baths is very similar to like a lot of the coastal towns in England, like the seaside towns.
Yeah.
So I kind of get like those English vibes, especially with like the higher cliffs they have here along the coastline. So it's kind of like this nice mix of Australia, English. You just need like a few fish and chip shops, and oh my God.
I reckon we could find some. But yeah, overall, it's been a pretty good day.
Yep, very happily, pleasantly surprised with Newcastle.
Get in.
So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more Australian adventures, and we'll see you soon. Bye.